We're also, as I mentioned earlier, another line of business that we will implement this year, now that the business plan has been approved, is to become an approved lender for the Small Business Administration, commonly known as the SBA program. There are two types of programs. One is the 7A program, and one is a 504 program. The 504 program is for you think about small business. The Small Business Administration, the reason why it's there is to help small business borrowers who cannot qualify conventionally for loans or lines of credit. So there might be a higher LTV, could be a new business starting out, or some other reason that a bank would typically not approve that loan. But with the value of the SBA, for example, on the 504 program, is a borrower comes in for a commercial mortgage, and the SBA participates on it. The LTV to the bank is in first position at a 50% LTV, and then the SBA is behind the bank on the balance. So it puts the bank in a really good, strong position in terms of the LTV. So we're going to look at doing some 504 loans on commercial mortgages, again, because it puts the bank at a 50% LTV in first position. And the other program is the 7A program, where the SBA guarantees 75% of the loan balance. So if it's a $100,000 loan, they guarantee $75,000, and that guaranteed portion, that $75,000, is then sold into the secondary market and securitized. The bank earns a premium on that sold portion, and the premiums today range from 8 to 12%. So you think about a 10% premium on a $75,000 guaranteed portion that's sold. That's $7,500 that the bank would earn just on that selling of that guaranteed portion. And then there are other fees that the bank will earn for servicing fees and some other smaller fees. But we expect that unit to be in place this year, with really the major amount of origination starting either in the fourth quarter of this year, or at least the income being recognized in the fourth quarter of this year or early 2013. We have two lenders that we are made commitments to come here, that we're just waiting for final approval from the SBA, which we think will be probably about 60 days from now. And once they're here, we'll start being able to originate SBA loans. In terms of the performance of that department and what our projections are, we expect that to probably generate about $12 million a year in originations, which should net the bank about $500,000 to $600,000 of income. And along with that, these are commercial lenders who have these relationships, and along with these loans typically come deposit balances. So for all our lenders, we always expect when they originate a commercial loan, to the extent we can, that we get some or all of the deposit relationship that will actually help fund the loans. So those are our expectations for that line of business. And then finally, we have one other new branch in line, which is a branch that will open up in the fourth quarter of this year in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. And Shrewsbury is also Monmouth County. This will be more of a full-service branch like here, with some drive-up lanes, and it's in a really strong banking market. Both the Middletown market and the Shrewsbury market are both two high net worth areas, a lot of small business. The average bank branch in each of those markets has about $89 or $90 million of deposits. So just to give you an indication of the amount of wealth and money and commerce activity that occurs in those markets. Very strong markets. We actually expect the Shrewsbury branch to do even better than our Middletown branch over time, just because of its location and that it'll be a larger full-service facility. In terms of challenges that we may do face on a daily basis, just like everybody else in every other business, the economy is a factor. What happens with unemployment, loan demand. Every bank every bank is seeing moderate loan demand. There's high competition for really good credits. The really strong borrowers are in the driver's seat these days because every bank is looking for really good loans, especially on the commercial side. As we grow, based on our current capital level, we can grow the bank to about $150 million $160 million of total assets. So we're already at 100. We're over 100. So we have a ceiling on where we can grow the bank in terms of total assets, unless we raise more capital. And that's something that the board is going to start talking about maybe in 2013, once we hit profitability, about going out and raising some additional capital so that we can expand the balance sheet and grow even more. And then there's always the uncertainty in the regulatory environment, especially as it surrounds Dodd-Frank and the Consumer Protection Act. The law is in place, but not all the rules are written. So we're not sure where all the rules are going to fall out and how that's going to how it's going to impact community banks. But so far it's been pretty balanced. We've as a community bank under Dodd-Frank had some good things happen. With the way FDIC insurance premium is going to be calculated in the future, is going to help small banks, and then there are some other regulatory items initiatives that become more costly. But until all the rules are written, we really we don't know where all it's going to fall out. Again, the management team and the board recognize that our primary responsibility is to our shareholders, and our interests are aligned with our shareholders. So we are working diligently, and your management team is working diligently to grow the bank in a profitable way, in a rational way, in a safe way. And we appreciate you being shareholders and having the confidence in us. The way you can help us, again, is to do your banking business with us and refer your friends and family to us. If anything you can do to help grow the bank, it obviously helps everybody in the end. We have a great suite of products, deposit products, loan products, whether you need commercial loans, home equity loans, residential mortgage loans. We have something for everybody. So let us know if you're interested. We have staff here today that will be more than happy to talk with you. And with that, I'll leave it open for any questions.
Yeah, I'll get some. Okay.
If not, we'll be here when the meeting's over. We'll be sticking around, so if you have any questions after the meeting, feel free. Phil will be here for a bit, and I'll be here for a while, as well as the other members of management. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Anthony. So our next order of business is to request that the judge report on the balloting for the proposals put forth at this meeting.
With the votes cast in person today, we now have 1,017,917 shares voted, which represents 56.4% of the 1,804,845 shares outstanding. For proposal number 1, election of directors, there were 1,017,421 shares voted for the directors, 0 shares voted against, and 496 shares that abstained. For proposal number 2, the ratification of Parente Beard LLC as the bank's independent auditors, 1,017,482 shares voted for, 101 shares voted against, and 334 shares abstaining.
Thank you, Mike. So following that report, I declare that the management's nominees have been elected to serve on the bank's board of directors and that Parente Beard has been approved to act as the bank's independent registered accounting firm for the fiscal year ended December 31st, 2012. All of management's proposals have been approved at this annual meeting. there's no further questions, make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? So the meeting is adjourned. Thanks for attending.